to take the lid off my camera. Are we focused? We're focused. But we're focused up here. Okay, I have to remember that. Hello, 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 everyone. Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Already, I'm stumbling over words. It's going to be a good day. It's currently 17 degrees Celsius, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a partly cloudy, partly sunny day. It's just a day. Oh, no tardy detention for me? All right. Welcome, man. Nice to see you. I thought we would do some quick and dirty ATCs. I'm part of Joni's group where we do a swap every month for 3 ATCs, and that's it. Just ATCs, no extras. So I thought that I would do quick and dirty ones out of plain white cardstock because not everybody has gel prints, right? Nobody has, like, some people don't have these fancy backgrounds that lots of us have, even though we don't consider them fancy. So I figured I would just do them on plain. All right, you're still ATC insecure? Right on. So I chopped up 2 pieces of plain white cardstock into 2.5 by 3.5 inches. That's the ATC size. Sorry, excuse me. Bit of a dry throat today. And so to the 2 sheets, regular sheets of 8.5 by 11, I've got 16 blanks. Let's see if I can do 16 blanks in a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to do them in batches of 4 because I like to do them. I always do multiples of things. And that way I've got extras for other swaps, using as tucks in journals, etc. So I'm going to pull out 4. And these ones are going to be mini cluster kind of things. Blank ATCs. So we're going to start by taking some printed page, just a little bit of printed page, rip it, and we're just going to put a little bit of printed page on each of them. We don't care what the printed page says. We're not worrying about it. We're just adding, and we're tearing it because that gives it a bit different look. So we're just going to grab those and ready, set, go. Yeah, I'm going to zoom here. See how, look, I flipped it over. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to flip it over, guys. I don't know why. Because got to glue the wrong side. And we're just going to glue them down. And I flipped it over again. You can edge these in black if you want. You can come back and edge them if you want. It's up. What's with the flipping over? Do what you will. Do what you will. So we're just starting, but I'm making sure I'm not flipping. Just gluing them down. Okay, so now we no longer have a blank, scary page, right? So we're going to start with a little bit of book page. Then we're going to take something transparent, and we're going to use that next. So I have some tissue paper. Let's grab some tissue paper. Oh, those are napkins. That's napkins. Where's my tissue paper? It's the box underneath that. Stretch. So now we're just going to take some tissue paper. Whoa, Craft-A-Lanch. That's interesting. That must have been a napkin. I don't know what that was. It is transparent, sort of. No, I want something a little bit more transparent. So I'm going to use the green, bit of the green. And blue. Well, I thought this was a whole box of tissue paper. It is not. This is the napkin center. I'm going to use that as well. And maybe the purple. All right. All right. Let's just move this Craft-A-Lanch so that I have no idea what fell out of that box. It's in the pile to my left. Okay, so now we've got this. Now we're just going to take, we just want torn edges, right? Some blue. That other stuff can go. Bit of green. You can cut it, you can tear it. It's up to you. I want some torn in edges. Green. Find the edge of the purple. That's lots of purple, Kim. Woo! Crazy. Going crazy. So then I'm just going to take from this edge over here, and I'm just going to rip this piece. It's got a couple. This is a straight edge. We'll tear that down. Got purple. Then I've got this lovely painted. It was a napkin print. I don't know if I want to use that. Let's use a piece of red. I've got red tissue paper over here. Just rip off a piece, glue it down. We're just going to scribble some glue down on that. That corner didn't get any. That's quite a big piece. And it doesn't matter where you put them. This is just doing a background. If you don't have painty papers or anything to use as a background, this is just quick and dirty, showing you how you can do it with what you have on hand. Of course, you can use all the same book page. You can use all the same colored tissue paper. It depends, Use what you have. You can Mod Podge those down. I would then have to wait for it to dry, and we have zero patience. Just giving it a bit of color here. All right. So now we've got the translucent and a bit of color. Now we could add more color, or we could leave it as it is. Let's just leave it as it is, because that's a nice start, I think. Then we're just going to take pencil crayon that kind of matches each of the colors. I guess I should have thought about that beforehand, but that's okay. We've got a blue. Let's just draw some blue lines down the side. Interest, right? We're just doing interest. Okay, that's the blue. I need a red. Of course, you can use markers. You can use paint. You can use whatever you've got on hand. I'm using pencil crayons because I figure that's something quite a few people have. And I don't know if that's an orange or blue. It says orange. Wow, my eyesight's bad. I've got a red here. This is definitely a red. So let's just do some marks like this for the red. Oh, look, the lead is broken. I'm going to draw very slowly with the broken lead. Okay, I'm going to pull that lead out so that I know I have to fix it later. Later. And I've got purple. Let's do some circles because we can. We're just doing some background interest here. Right? And now a green. This doesn't look like it's glued down. It is not. There we go. It is glued down now. Let's do long lines. That's a very pale, greeny yellow, which matches that tissue paper pretty good. Then we'll do some short lines on this side. And how about if we just go across this way? Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Don't know, you can't really see the pencil crayon of that green one. Okay, we've got book page, tissue paper, colored marks, right? Now, we're going to find something a little bit bigger to add to it. It could be a piece of napkin. Let's see if I've got some napkin that would look nice with this kind of stuff. Again, people don't necessarily have napkins. How about if we use an old calendar page? Let's just rip pieces off the calendar page. And okay, we've got some blue and white over here. I'm just going to rip this piece off. I think I'm going to edge them in black. Then I've got green, so let's do some of these trees. Don't necessarily want the waterline, just looking for the texture. You can put that across there. We'll see where we're going to put them after. There is no red and there is no purple. So let's use this interesting piece of yellow. Mini collages. Yeah, mini collages. Yellow. And what are we going to put with the purple? How about this boardwalk? That's kind of cool. There we go. Wow, I'm making a mess. You don't want to see what's beside me. This is relatively clean for a change. Okay. So, as I said, I wanted to outline them with the black marker. So when you outline some and you don't like outline other pieces, it gives a whole different look to what you're working on. You know, it creates depth and just difference. All right, so I got the blue. Because I tore a magazine page, you get some white sometimes. How have you been, Anne? What have you been creating? I did bookworms and some paisley and a bunch of ATCs. What else have I done? Oh, that's a straight edge. We don't want that. Yeah, when I was playing with the ATCs yesterday, I kind of figured, wow, I could spend hours doing one ATC. Let's see how fast I can do some quick and dirty ones. Oh, good. Oh, thanks. I had fun doing those worms. Jean threw that at me on Friday, right? You should do some bookworms. And then, of course, she gave me more ideas, and I tried them. Like she said, maybe put a hole in the page so he's coming through the page. So when I made them, I folded the paper in half and wobble cut them. But I didn't decorate the back side to match the front side. I just couldn't get that. I couldn't get the flow yesterday for some reason. So it ended up being just one-sided worms. Okay, we're going to glue these down. I had fun doing them. I'm all about having fun when I create now. Don't want to get into the um, back into having to have inventory for shows and things. I'm just enjoying playing. Somebody did ask me if I was going to be selling Kimbits, and I've thought about it. I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so now we've got these down. So now, what would be really interesting is if we did a stamp on them or something like that. So we are going to take, I have red. I'm going to use this red for this one. I'm doing very monochromatic, guys. You know, I just like that. I could do some black. I like black. Black would be nice with the purple. I have a blue, red, blue, black. Do I have a green? I don't think I've got a nice green. Okay, I'm just going to use the red, blue, and black. Selling is stressful. Yeah, exactly. I don't need any stress in my life. So now, as I say, you can use stamps, in which case they would most likely be black ink, which is perfectly fine. I'll show you what that would look like. I am going to use this silicone hot pad thing. Oh, look, I'm making a mess because there's paint on it. And now I'm making dry paint all over the place. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of paint down. Let's move this pencil crayon. Get a brush. And I'm just going to brush a little bit onto this. So it's like a stamp, right? I could do this with a stamp easily. Easily. You know what? Maybe I'm just going to use black on all of them because if somebody's using stamp pads, chances are that's what they've got. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to use this. And I'm going to use all the same pattern. It's kind of like a honeycomb pattern. Yeah, I don't need the stress. I'm done with stress in my life. Whoop, that one didn't come out very nice, but that's okay. It's still there. It's just faint. Don't know what I did, but obviously I didn't do a very good imprint. Okay. That one's nice and clear. And see, when you do the lines in the pencil crayon, it's still there, but under the stamp, you can't really see it. All right, so those are all stamped. I actually have you remember to get a thing of water. Okay, so these are fun just the way they are. But now let's find a focal point to put on them. Right? Now you put the focal point on and you can consider them done. Of course, you can come back and doodle around the borders. You could doodle in the holes of the stamps, whatever you like. These are your ATCs. I'm just showing quick and dirty how to do reasonably fast. So now what do we want to use as focal points? You know what? How about if we use glasses? Let's whoa! Let's dump the bows out. Let's use glasses as the focal point. Use a big pair of, you guys have seen me cut my glasses before. We could just do, I think that would be fun. Yeah, I think the glasses, oh, there's a book in here. Why is there, yeesh. I've got green ones. Let's not put the green ones on the green. It's hard to see. And maybe yellow ones. Yellow ones on the green. Okay. So these are all going to be focal point glasses. We could make them sunglasses if we like. And of course, you can put words on. So something about see clearly or, something to do with that. Now, if we want them to be black glasses, we can put some black paper behind or we can fill them in with paint, right? So let's just glue them down first and decide what we want to do with them. Of course, we can come back and embellish the glasses. We could use some metallic paint, glitter paint or something, make them really blingy. These are pretty big. Okay. Yeah. So I had a fun kitchen morning. Kitchen's all clean again. I go on cooking binges. I figure if I'm going to mess up the kitchen, I might as well make a really good job of it. Wednesday, I decided to make baked beans. No, Thursday, I decided to make baked beans and bean and bacon soup because, well, when I make a pot of beans in the instant pot, I have enough to usually do soup and baked beans. Oh, it's big glasses, yeah. Me too. I love her dressing style. Her dressing style? Oh, talk good much me. Thursday was worse. My brother was coming for supper, so I decided I was going to make bean and bacon soup. So I put on the instant pot with baked beans or with beans in it, and I split half between a batch of baked beans and half between the bean and bacon soup. And then I thought that I would make some pizza bun gunk, and I ended up doing a double dozen wraps for the freezer out of pizza bun stuff. All's good. All's good. All's good. Okay, so now we're going to take a pen and we're going to outline these. Where is my favorite little gel pen thing? Okay, this is an Inkjoy Papermate. We're going to outline the glasses. I'm pretty mucky and I haven't even really done anything. And as I say, it would be fun to come back and decorate the glasses. I could have put some black paper behind them for sunglasses. That could have been fun. Um, don't forget to do inside where the lenses would be. Now you can put a border on here if you like. You could just ink the edges or paint the edges. Definitely. I love having prepped stuff in the freezer. It just makes life so much simpler. Really, really does. Oh, oh. Okay, I went way over on that, so I'm going to have to do some sort of swirly kind of something on here with black ink because obviously I'm not being as careful as I should be. I'm skipping over the edges of it. It could just be because it's um, that kind of paper isn't very thick. It is just copy paper that these glasses are made out of. I just did curly Q things on it. Makes it totally different. Then I could come in with some glitter, I think. I'll do that and make them almost like these are blingy things. Oh, oh. Same thing with this green. And over the edge. Over the edge. Let's just do this around the edge of the lens. You don't need to use glasses. You can use something else. You can use a big letter. You could use something flowery. Whatever you want to use for the focal point, do so. I'm just using stuff that I've got here on my desk. or nearby to my desk. So as I said, I can use those as ATCs just the way they are. Yeah, you just did that big batch of homemade pizzas and lasagna. It's just so much easier, you know, especially if I'm down here and on a bad knee day where I don't want to do the stairs so much. This way I can just go up. It's already made. I don't have to go back and forth, up and down. Yeah, I don't bake anymore because I just eat it. Okay, so that's first set of ATCs, fast, simple, done. 26 minutes for ATCs. Yes, I can go ahead and embellish more. I can do borders, whatever. Okay, that's four. The way I bake now and is I make a bunch of different batches of cookie dough and I shape them into like little balls or flats, whatever they have to be to bake. I put them on the cookie sheets and I freeze them. Yes, leftovers. I will use leftovers for a couple of days and after that they go in the freezer. Okay, next four. So with these, we're going to start by using color. So if you have a calendar page or if you have some gel prints or some napkins, what should I use? Should I use napkins, gel print, or calendar? And nothing? Okay. Um, I pulled out some gel print bits to use. So I pulled out four different kinds of gel prints. Oh, napkins? Okay, I can use napkins. Not a problem. That's this box. So I've got this wild floral thing. Those are florals, lots of florals. This is fun one. This one has lipstick and makeup and stuff on. And this is another floral one. So that's four. Okay, we'll use these. Let's use this big flower here. Again, I'm just tearing. Just tearing. Oh, a bad swap? Oh, why was it a bad swap? This makeup one just has it around the edges and one full side. So I'm just going to use this one. I think I want that lipstick. That lipstick's kind of fun. You know what? Let's do it the easy way. Let's just take this water. There. Okay, so I've got that napkin, this napkin, and let's take this piece here. That's the easiest way to tear napkin is run a run a wet brush over and it comes apart very easy. So I'm going to start by putting napkin across the corner. I think I like this piece better because it's ripped edge. So I'm going to put it across the corner like this. Again, you can use Mod Podge, you can use glue stick, you can use wet glue. Use what you have. So we're going to start by covering one corner, and then we're just going to put another blob down here. Just like that, just a blob. Okay, so we've got a corner done and a blob, and that's what we're going to do with all these napkins. Corner and a blob. So even though these are all kind of the same theme, they're different because we're using different napkins. We're placing them in different places, but it's still a set because they're all done the same way. Now the blob. We will trim the edges after. And I do try and put them in the different corners. And of course, you guys personalize them. Personalize them to whatever you like. As I say, just because I do it this way, I'm just hoping to inspire you to try it and do it your own way. This in the opposite corner, kind of. Maybe. And then this one, not sure I like this one because I can't get a corner out of it. Let's use a different one. What else have I got here? I've got another box of napkins someplace I just had it. Let's use this one. Put it on this corner. So we got 2 flowers, 3 flowers, I guess, and a plaid. Well, that's a really eclectic mix, if I do say so myself. That's okay. Use what you've got. I mean, if you've just got magazine pages, find something with color in a magazine page, use it. Very sticky. It's okay. I guess you do a lot of cooking from scratch too, Anne, because of your daughter's allergies. Yeah. You can cover the entire card. I like it this way because it just gives a hint. Now, I could come in with some other orange flowers if I want, maybe some bees or butterflies. I can doodle on the backgrounds. I can draw more, take pencil crayon and or colored pencils. I don't know what you call them. Um, whatever, right? Just I like the I'm not a white. I don't like white as a rule, but for ATC cards, sometimes look, I didn't glue that down. We'll fix that. We can fix that. We'll just leave the glue open because I'll be using it, obviously. If I'd have used Mod Podge, we'd have had to wait for it to dry, but things would have been down good. So now they're trimmed. These two are trimmed. That's a nice effect, I think. You could do so much with that. Of course, if you wanted to stamp the background first with some stamps or um, stencil the background before you do this step, do it. Just do it. I think that's kind of fun. And now the plaid. Now the plaid. Oh, see, that bit's not glued down, so I'll just be very careful cutting that. Okay. Let's just stick that down now. Now, what's really fun when they're like this is you can come in with a piece of tissue paper, cover the whole thing. I'll show you what that would look like. Let's just take this blue and cover that one. So you can still see the napkin underneath, obviously, but it gives a whole different effect. So we could do that, or we could come in with stamps or stencils. Let's use a stencil this time. How about this stencil thing? I don't know if I want to use this one or my polka dots or stars. Let's do stars. Maybe we don't want to do black. What about gold? The gold doesn't really show good, but it will give the hint. So I think in between, like on the white, I'm going to do some stars. This is just a Cricut cut, throw the shapes in and cut them kind of thing. Of course, I could do those roses that I do too. I don't know. Stars are these. I think because they're kind of florally, except for the plaid one. Maybe I will do these little roses. And so I will grab my stencil brush. I do have a stencil brush. I used it yesterday, so I know I have a stencil brush. Right here. Right here. I've got a stencil brush. It's really moggy, but that's okay. We'll do these roses. And we'll just do around the napkin. Oh, this brush is brutal. I obviously didn't clean it very good last time I used it, but that's okay. So this is a metallic gold. So I'm just going to come in and just do bits on the background. Don't really want to go over the napkin itself. Well, I can go over the white parts of the napkin. So you can use stencils, you could use stamps, you could do whatever you like. If you want to go over the whole thing with a stencil, by all means, go over the whole thing with a stencil. Maybe I'll do that with the plaid. I'll do the stars over the whole thing with this gold. So there you have just a very interesting background. That would look really nice with a big bumblebee on it, or maybe another flower, like a whole flower. I have glue hanging off my fingers. Sorry, those of you that that bothers. So when I'm going over the stencil, I'm trying hard not to go onto the napkin itself. But it doesn't matter if you do. It's your design, guys. This is just fast and dirty techniques to get some ATCs done. If you're in a swap and you've run out of time and you've got to get things done and out. You know how that is. Sometimes you go, oh, I got lots of time. And the next time you look at the calendar, it's like, goofed. It happens. We all do it. Maybe me more so than others. You know how sometimes you just get carried away in your own little world and you're making stuff. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why I like doing things like this. They're pretty fast, pretty simple. This whole edge isn't down here. Let's just glue that down. This flower stencil is starting to fall apart. Guess I have to cut some new ones. Glue that down. No, don't use the glue on the stencil. Yeah, things take much longer than I think they will, too. You're right. That's a big part of my rabbit holes. All right. So I have the roses all done. Oops. Was it visible? Yeah. Got the roses done. So I'm going to do the stars on this one. I'm not going to cover the whole thing in stars. Guess I need a big one. And the rest can just be whatever. Whatever they turn out to be. I'm going to do the whole thing in gold stars. Right over the napkins. When you do this, you want to use a paint that's pretty translucent because you still want to see the napkin through, or whatever you use as the backing. You want to see it. Oh, yeah. Oops, that didn't work time. Yeah, I've been needing a lot of that lately, too. Sometimes you get that vision and you're trying it and trying it and trying it. So this is really quick and simple backgrounds for ATCs. If you don't have gel prints, you could do this on a gel print as well. If you had a gel print background, you could definitely do it. So this one has stars over the whole surface. Okay. So now we just have to decide what we want to put on as focal points for these. I think the floral ones definitely can have a big flower on. And of course, remember, put your quotes on if you've got quotes that you like. You know, use your use everything that you've got, right? Um, big flowers. Big flowers. Let's pull up the bits bin and find some big flowers. I know, it's not on my desk. I guess I could always put a piece of paisley on. I have to make smaller paisleys because and it doesn't really go with the background. Okay, just big flowers. I've got big flowers. Ooh, what'd be really cute? Let's put a frame on first. And then one big flower. Or a mushroom. No, flowers. It's floral. We can use a mushroom on the one with the stars, though. Sorry, going to the bin of. There's flowers. All right. So, if you don't have frames, you can cut them. If you don't want to use frames, don't use frames. I happen to really like having like a frame on. I don't know why. I just do. Just have to find little ones that will fit. Kind of like that. I like that one. I think I just have to pull these out. Oh, because they are a nightmare. Okay, so I need an orange one. That one's broken, or it's just folded all up. I have this pink one. That will go nice on that one. So that's two. Do I have an orange? I think I used all my orange ones in the journal. That would have been a nice one. That one's really big. Too big, too big. I have a green one, the little green one. Nope. Wish I had a little one like this that would fit, but I do not. Oh, there's a reddish orange. That looks okay with that. I will be outlining the frames in black. Just need a little blue one. Little blue one. What are you? Oh, kind of. Kind of. I need it bluer, I think. That's more turquoisey. I think I need it to be a bit more blue. Do you agree? No, I like that one better. It's green. This is the problem with having so many Kimbits. Oh, there's blue in here still. Some little ones in there. Let's dump them. Come out, come out, come out. Not pink, not that big. It's a little blue one. No, no, wrong shade. Wrong shade. For some reason, I'm really no good at matching my blues. I have a difficult time with it. I did an ATC yesterday and I glued something down on it. And I looked and I went, oh, why would you do that? Oh, you know what? That one might be, no, too little. Okay, I need to cut a blue frame. Will I get them all back in here? Sort of. Okay, I need to cut a blue frame. Find some blue painty paper. A big piece of blue painty paper, please. Ah! Well, we just dumped a whack load on the floor. That doesn't match in any way, shape, or form. Maybe this one's not going to get a frame. We'll see. You'll see how that goes. That just might be a renegade, and we'll finish it later. So let's edge these frames first with that black marker. This is a great way for using up scraps and bits that you've got kicking around. Going over the edge just a little bit, just to give it hints of black. I think it's giving it a little bit more depth that way. Definitely a bit more interest. I'm not worried that the whole thing is that way, but definitely having bits of that. Totally missed this edge all the way around. Okay. So I really like that little frame with that card. This one has a wild mix of colors. Yeah, it's got the pink on it. That's okay. It's got black and it's got blue, green, tealish kind of thing. And inside, I really like the way that goes together. This one's a little bit more reddy orange than, but it's okay. Seems to me it looks like it really works with this ATC. And the cool thing about the frames is they're all different sizes and shapes. Okay, let's glue these down. You know, I have no idea why I like using frames. I don't necessarily put them so that there's something really funky in the middle of them. I just add them. Now I can flip them over and glue. It's kind of hard to see because that napkin's so busy. I may have to outline them. That one for sure. With black gel pen. Can't go that way. How about if I put it right up in this corner? Or this corner? Let's put it in that corner. I like the way that frame looks with that too. This one is eluding me. Do want a frame. Not that blue. I don't have any real navy blue painty papers there. Uh, do I really want to cut up a new painty paper just for that? No, I do not. How about if I just take, you know what? Let's just draw a black frame with a marker. And then I'm going to embellish it anyway, right? I want a wider marker. Let's try this one. This has a really nice chisel tip. And because they're not square or anything, I'm not really worried. I'm just going to draw frame. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put white polka dots on that. Because I think that would be cute. When in doubt, just do that. Okay, so now I am going to go around them with the black gel pen and hope that I don't go over onto the frames like I did with the glasses. The frames are not the focal point on these. We're using flowers as the focal point. I have to admit, the napkin really gives it a nice punch of bright color. Okay, so the frame on this one is outlined. You can see how it's got that bit more punch now that it's outlined. Yeah, polka dots are always a good answer. And the cool thing is that you can still see the glitter from the paint underneath that marker. So I'm sorry if I am being slow and boring you. I'm going as fast as my little fingers will go without making too much of a oopsie mess. the second one outlined. I'm not going to worry about outlining that one done in marker. The other thing about ATCs is if somebody's going to be using them in a journal, you don't want all those layers either. Although some ATCs are nice when they've got some dimension to them. There's the third one outlined. Just add some punch. That outline just adds a bit of punch. Okay, so now we're going to put the flowers on and the mushrooms. And then I will doodle this after. I'll just put a few dots on so that you can see what it's going to look like when it's complete. So I have an orange flower. I have a blue flower. These are flowers that I did years ago, and I scanned them into the computer. So these are actually digital copies of my work. I don't normally do that, but I did this time round. And so I could also put a blue flower on this one, or I can put a mushroom. I have a big, oh, that's way too big, but that would have been nice. How about this little one? Wow, I don't make little mushrooms, do I? I need to make ATC size mushrooms. This one's more purple than anything, but I like it. That's not bad. Can you see the mushroom on it? Do I have another one that's got a little bit more color? This one has a little bit more color. Okay, we'll use that little mushroom. I like the mushroom on that. I mean, I could always use one of these. I would have to cut it down some more so that you saw more of the frame. But I think I like that blue one better. So these can go back in my bits bin. Let's edge these in black before I put them down. Second one is better, this one. As I said, we're just gonna, these are just done on copy paper. This mushroom had a bit of painty paper that I cut into mushrooms. Yeah, I definitely like that better. Marker's starting to get a little bit past it. I guess I could have used smaller flowers, but I'm not going to. I like these ones. It makes it a series, you know, they're all the same. Don't know where I want to put them yet. Now I could put the polka dots on with paint. Maybe I'll use paint. I could also use a white gel pen. I'll use paint. Look, it's been an hour and I've just about got 8 ATCs done. 8 more to go. 8 more to go. All right. That works. That works. That works. White dots, white paint. White paint is here. I have to let this really dry out. It's falling apart. A little bit of white paint, just acrylic no name, whatever. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take the back end of this paintbrush, this, I'm going to do my polka dots because it will go really nice and fast doing it this way. So while the paint is drying, I will glue down those flowers, and by that time, the paint should be reasonably good. So that I can glue the mushroom down. Guess I could have done it after I glued the mushroom down. Do you usually put words on your ATCs, Anne? Hey, Jan, welcome, welcome. Doing fast and dirty ATCs. I'm doing them in blocks of 4. I did 4. And let's just go all the way around. I'm just about done this 4. Just wiped off the back end of that brush. Put that aside to dry a little bit. So these ATCs, Jan, I did napkin bits, and then I stenciled around the napkin with gold, put frames on it. Now I'm just going to glue some flowers down to them. These ones are like mini collage, and then I put glasses on them. The glasses are the focal point. So these are digital prints of some of my flowers that I have done. I guess I should have decided where to put it before I put the glue on. Okay, so that little bit of napkin I want showing too, so I'm going to put it here. Lots of room for words, lots of room if you want to add leaves, something else for embellishment. There's one. Oh, I have a squeak in my table. Can you guys hear that? I'm gluing, my table's going squeak, 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 squeak. There's 2. Oh, that's going to make me crazy. It's my hair on my desk. How are you, Jan? I'm going to put that corner. And the nice thing about these, you could have the orientation whichever way you want them, right? These ones not so much because the glasses are one way, but the florals, if you want to change the orientation so it's this way and you've got words across or a quote or something, you know. All right. So this paint is not dry yet. It does make decisions easier, easier, but if you have too much of it, it can take even longer. It's like, what am I going to add to this? All right, so that's still probably a little wet. I'm just going to take this piece of paper towel and go over this side because that's where the mushroom's going to go. I can touch that up once I've got the mushroom on. This one is only going to have orientation one way because of the mushroom. All right. I just have a couple of little dots to fix. This paintbrush is the one I used. We'll just fix those polka dots up. Okay. So again, napkin on the corner and a blob, stencil around it, stencil over it, whatever. Put a frame on, put a focal point on, ready for words. They can go out just like this. Oh, nice. Chocolate cupcakes. Perfect. So this one can't go in the pile because it needs to dry. But as I say, these can go out just the way they are. I could add anything else. Oh, nice. Yeah, Sandra's in town there. That's set 2. So what I did, Jan, is I took 2 pieces of white cardstock because I know not everybody has painty papers to use. Oh, that's why the cupcake's nice. Yeah, Sandra's working out there. She's gonna be working out there a week, a month, or something. But she's working out there this coming week, and then she's working in Calgary the next week. So I'm on call for the boys. Anyway, I took 2 sheets of white cardstock. That gave me 16 ATC backs or bases to decorate. Like I say, I'm just going fast and simple here. Okay, so now we've got these blanks, just blanks. So we could take a stamp. I know this isn't a stamp that you guys would have. Use what you've got. Please, just use what you've got. I'm going to use, should I use blue? Should I use red? What color should I use? I don't know if she's renting a car or okay, blue. This is a peacock blue from K&RP. And I'm just going to do 4 the same. This is going to be a mass produced. They're all going to be the same. There will be slight variation, but basically all the same. Now, I know that if you guys are using stamps, chances are you've got black ink, or you could do stencils. Whatever you've got. I've got these. I'm going to use these. So I'm just brushing some paint onto it. Then I'm shedding. Just going to stamp along this edge this time. Oh, she won't have one? Oh, okay. Yeah, the backgrounds of ATCs are pretty easy. You know, you can use darn near anything. You could just use a book page. And let's put this one here. When you're using stencils, you have to have a pretty dry brush. That's why I dip it and then I kind of tap it off on the side so I don't have too much paint. I can show you if you want. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Right now I'm just getting these down. Yeah, they take practice. And that's nowhere near straight. It's okay. Just random stamp it. Random stamp it. Got lots of blue paint left. That's okay. I try not to get the backs all mucked up because if I get the backs mucked up, then I have to put something on the back. So let's use this oval. And we're going to use, what do we want to use in the oval? A different colored blue? That's brown. Black. Got lots of black. Green. Let's use green. Yeah. It is. It is. It is. Okay. So I'm going to use some green. Whoa. Paint boogers. Gotta love them. Not sure why. So you get to that stage, you can put some tissue paper over it. You can put napkin over it. We're just working, you can use any kind of stencil you've got. I'm just going to use the shape stencil, kids stencil, whatever. I could do 3 triangles down the side. That could be kind of fun. But I'm going to use the oval. So I'm just going to line that square up on the edge. It is what it is. Make sure this is dry. Dip it in the green. Dip it off at the side. Tap it off at the side. Start at the middle so that when you get to the edge, it's not that wet that it's going to go underneath. And it's up to you for how dark you want your oval to be, how much paint you want to put on. Now I can come back and doodle on it, in it, whatever. You could find a nice word that you want to stencil in there or stamp in there or just glue down in it. You could do it so that you have flowers in the oval. Just do you. We're having fun here. I'm just showing you quick and dirty ways to get an ATC complete. I don't know where that came from. It could have been on my paint tray. Let's go in the middle here, sort of. I don't know if that's the middle. How about if we just do it at the bottom corner? It would be nice to do a Zentangle in this green blob. Up to you. But like I say, if you're stenciling in a big area like this, start in the middle. No, the edges aren't crisp, but that's okay. If you come back in and you go around it with some sort of decorative ink thing. I don't know if that's the middle. I'm not overly concerned. This is just part of the background. You don't have to use an oval. You can use a circle. You can use a square. You can use a flower. I'm just showing you what I've got sitting on my desk, pretty much. Okay, so I've got my green ovals. Now comes the fun part. You're going to find something with a color that semi-matches or maybe doesn't. A piece of paper. Let's use a green, maybe. Or maybe let's go right off the wall and use something totally different. What have I got? What have I got? I'm just using scraps on the desk. I've got stuff so piled up that I can't find anything. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I've got this piece of edging from a day planner that is got a bit of paint on it. It's red, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off little pieces of it and I'm going to glue it down on the side just for some interest. Just for some interest. Not sure where I'm going to put it. I'm just adding the glue. Probably should have come up with another color, red, green, and blue. It's okay. We're just doing backgrounds. Just doing backgrounds. So I'm going to go at this corner. I'm going to put it down. And then we're going to find a focal image to put on this. Don't have to have lots. I have a tendency to go overboard. I'll show you the ones I did yesterday. They weren't this style. I went stupid. And I don't always put them in the same place. That's what I mean. They're going to have all the same elements, but they're all going to be different. And of course, each of these little things you can come back and embellish as you wish. They're just doodle pieces, right? Oh, goodness, this is a big mess, this one. It's okay. You go this way, and this way. Brutal. Brutal. I brutalized this one badly. Now I have to figure out how it goes. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Am I on screen? No, sorry. I'm just gluing, putting glue on the back of it. You have seen me glue a number of times, so I'm sure you can figure out that. So I'm going to put it here. And this one has to twist over like this. No, it's stuck to my fingers. Okay. There we go. Sort of like that. Sort of like that. Yeah, it's over the green oval, but that's okay. So these are the ones I did yesterday. I don't know how I do it either. And it did rip, but it's okay because it's getting glued down. So I did this one, just one of my little florals. I didn't do anything to the background. The background was already like that. This one I got really stupid with. The background actually has gold stamped circular things. I don't know how well you can see it. So then I had these little painted ones that I doodled on, and I glued them down, embellished them a little more, and then added a bit of doodled flower. It doesn't match. Not a blessed thing on their matches, guys, but I like it. Then I did these three. Fast, simple, done. Swoosh or two of background paint, bit of a doodle, bit of a border, and a piece of um, scrapbook edge. You could use washi tape instead of that. You could do whatever. Yeah, matching is for. We don't even match socks in this house. My youngest daughter and my granddaughter never wear matching socks. I don't know. Then I did these ones. I had these purple metallic-y backgrounds. So I just added some S gold S marks around the edges, some leaf kind of things, some curly things, and those polka dots, my fuzzy polka dots that I make with yarn. Those ones are a little bit thicker because of the yarn. Thank you. Now these backgrounds are red, purple, and gold. So I added the black and white doodles. I painted gold and white flowers, stenciled white, metallic white flowers on, and I did add words to them. So, ATCs, you can do varieties. And because we're sending 3 out, I want variety. Okay, back to these. I want the glue to dry good. So we can embellish around the ovals. What do we want to embellish with? How about a nice little liner brush? I have one of those. Nice little liner brush. It goes nice and fine. And I'm going to go in the black. And I'm just going to do S marks around the ovals. So by S marks, I just take the brush and I just do little S's in a row. Like that. And it gives a nice finish. I'll show you right away. As I say, these little ovals would be great for putting a word in. Maybe a doodle. Maybe some other kind of embellishment. But if you do like little S marks like that, it gives it a really nice little border. My paint's a little dry, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it. I'm going to do that on all of them. You don't have to do S's. You could do polka dots. You could do broken lines like stitching. You could do multitude of different border kind of design on them. You don't have to use black. You could use gold. You could use white. Whatever you have. Seriously, I am just doing this because I can. So on that other ATC, I showed that I doodled between all the paint and on the paint. I outlined it with black and then doodled on it. You could do that too. Turn it into like a little miniature Zentangle kind of thing. Make it as fancy, as plain as you want. Yeah, the S does finish it nicely. It's really pretty in like a gold or a yellow. I didn't know how many other colors I wanted to introduce because I've got 3 here already. And if I'd have had a green or a blue with this ripped off page stuff, I would have used that instead, but it ended up being red. I am going to outline this though. I am going to take my gel pen and outline that torn paper. Or you could do an S and then a dot, an S and then a dot. Whatever you like. Absolutely whatever you like. So those are done. Now I'm going to use the gel pen. First I'm going to glue down. I saw I've got a lift here. I'm just going to glue that little lifted bit down. And I'm going to trim the edges that are over the edge. These edges, I'm just going to take my scissors and trim them off. That one doesn't need trimming. Oh, maybe it does. Oh, did I just smear that? Just a little bit over this edge needs a trim. This one's okay. This one needs a trim. All right. Put the brush away. And we're going to take just a pen and we're going to edge. Gives it a little bit of definition. That's all we want. I could have used the black marker and edged these, but it was so flimsy, floppy. I think I would have made more of a mess than anything. Now we'll just have to decide what kind of focal point we want on it. Hey, Raoul. Welcome, welcome. 500 Halloween shorts. My goodness. Just doing quick and dirty ATCs. So now there's a lot of white space on here. What I would be tempted to do is just maybe do some black lines and do some crosshatch so that it's like a grid, or maybe just do circles with a black pen. This is just the background, right? So it's up to you what you want to do. I think I am just going to do black circles. Maybe I'll do black circles on one. And if you do them closer together so that they all join, it would kind of look like stonework, cobblestones, whatever. Trying to vary the size of the dots. So I'm just going to do that over all of them. Yeah, my brain would be fried too. I want to teach myself Canva so that I can make some digitals. Lady asked me if I sell Kimbits. And I haven't. Well, you guys know that. But it's a thought. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one. I'm going to leave the rest for when I'm off screen so that I just want to show what it's going to look like. This is going to take a while if I was going to do all four with you guys here. Again, it's up to you. You do you. And then what would be cool is if you came with colored markers and say you did a yellow one over here, a yellow one over there. You don't color them all in. Yeah, digitals would be easier to sell because some of my bits take a long time to make. People aren't going to want to spend money on that. I would want to spend money on that. So I think if I had a couple of pages available and if people were interested, then I could just do the digitals. I think it would be cheaper for people too. Easier. I just don't know how to do that. And there we are back to the selling again. I figure digitals, I could do them and then not worry about it. Does that make sense? That I wouldn't have to be on all the time. Okay, so that's how that looks with all the little circles in the background. So I wouldn't use yellow. I think I would come back with a green marker, a blue marker, and a red marker. And I would just do some random dots here and there. And still haven't thought of a focal point for these guys. I don't know what I would like to use. Maybe a chicken? Anyway, I'm going to put these to the side. They're not done. I don't know what I would want to put on them. I like the idea of a chicken. We could do a chicken. I like the idea of a chicken. And then you could do something to do with chickens about laying eggs or whatever. Some sort of cute chicken saying. And the chickens are fast to make, right? And they would be cute on here, right? So I think these ones you're going to get chickens on them. I have to come back and do these backgrounds, but I will do chickens. These will be chicken ATCs. All right. One more set. Do we have time for one more set? Do we have time for one more set, guys? And of course, they're going to warp because we've only worked on one side. So I'm going to take them and put them under a stack of books. So we've got these ones, the flowers and frames, napkin, stenciled backgrounds. I have the glasses. I think some of them I will come with black paint and color them in. So they're sunglasses. I will be decorating the glasses a little bit more, maybe with some metallics or whatever. Those are done. This goes with the floral ones. I didn't have another floral napkin. I used the plaid, so it turned into a mushroom. Have a little bit of a lift there. I have to remember that's glue, not paint. So I'm just coming in with a toothpick and go under that edge to stick it down. Oh, I've got time. I've got time. I kitchened enough today. I mean, I can go out and rake leaves. 'Tis the season to start raking leaves. All right. So we've got 4 blank pieces of paper here. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of painty paper, have this, and I'm going to cut it into strips. And I'm going to try and cut straight strips. You know what else I like using? I like using woven paper, but I'm doing strips because these are kind of fun. I loved that print. I can't remember if I photocopied it or not, or if I copied it into the computer. Doesn't matter. It's getting chopped up now. Again, I'm not overly worried that they're straight. Okay, I'm going to save that one. It's going to go in my bin box to go in my bits bag. And I know that you guys have probably thought of these kinds of things yourselves, kind of like little reminders, just that, hey, I could do that. And then I would do this with it. I'm just showing ideas. Glue. We're going to glue some down. So I'm just going to put glue down the whole back side of this. And I'm going to put it down there. I start by putting one on each card. Again, you can embellish these once they're down. You can leave them the way they are. It's up to you. Let's not glue it to the back page. Oh, look, I did. Changed my paper. It's so messy already. One day. One day. All it takes me is one day. So they're not all in the same place, obviously, which is fun. They're not all the same width, which is also fun. I have so many strippy bits from doing various things that I don't even really need to cut little strips like this. But again, I am just showing you ideas. We're doing ideas. Ideas, ideas. And this one. Let's do this one. So I haven't worried about how far apart they are, anything. I just kind of glued two parallel down on these ones. These ones only have one. That's okay. I've got a big bubble in this brown paper. Straighten out. Thank you. These guys are running away. What are you? You one. Now I'm going to glue some crosswise now. And again, 3s and 5s, odd numbers, right? I might leave that one like that. Ooh, didn't get that one right to the edge. I will have to come back and ink the edge, maybe. Oh, I didn't get enough out of them to make any with 5. That's okay. It's okay. And of course, you could have woven them. Totally up to you. I'm going to go above that one. Now these leftover bits, you can come back and add more if you want. I'm going to leave it like this. Everybody's got 3 pieces on. I like it. And these are pretty happy colors too. Okay, so now I'm going to trim around the edges, flip it over, and just cut. I think that's kind of fun. Almost looks like a present. Hey, Beth, welcome. I'm just making some ATCs today. I wanted quick, dirty ATCs. Really simple, really fast. And I've managed it so far. I've been on since 12:45. Oh, I've been on for an hour and I've got 12 done. So that's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I, of course, am going to do a little bit more embellishing on some of them, but for the most part, I could send them the way they are. I got a lovely envelope from Beth this week, some happy mail. She sent me a doll, a dollar, like a teaching dollar, a whole bunch of doors, which I think I'm going to use in that pockets book that I just did on Tuesday. Um, she gave me uh, a dame. I called it a dame because I was using D words. So, like a cutout lady, and some labels, and this lovely turtle napkin. He was beside me a minute ago. There he is. Isn't that pretty? Oh, look. Oh, I could. Okay. So we've got these. I've got a mucky mark in there from my dirty fingers. I guess I should have washed my hands while I'm working with white. I can fill that in with doodles. It will be okay. Maybe what I'll do, yeah. I'm going to doodle in that one, maybe between the lines, right? Doodle between the lines. I think what I'd like to do though is I'd like to put a cat in those sections. What kind of cat am I gonna do? I don't like that red. It's where is that? Probably have cats cut out, but I'm gonna cut them. I just have to find. I've got this brown paper, this orange. I think I'm gonna cut some cats out of this orange. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of my old table covers. And it's just the brown paper that you use for wrapping parcels in. I like to save some of them, especially if I've got paint like this, because I will use these blobs. Oh, this desk beside me is nasty. Okay, so I'm going to cut this here. Let's see if I can get a little cat cut out of, well, 4 little cats cut out of this. We'll see. We will see. So let's start by doing a tail. Got a tail. Body. Head. Whoop. I think that ear is too big. We'll see, because that's a very small ear. Head, neck, body. Oh, yeah. Cut that big ear down, Kim. Cut that big ear down. Did drum, just wobble cut, guys. You know. So let's open them up and see what I've got for orange cats. Well, I think they turned out cute. All right. They'll fit nice there, and there, and there, and there. So, do I want to put something behind these little cats? How about if I tear a piece of book page and put it behind those cats? I like that idea. I have this book beside me. I've been using it for doodling on, you know. So we're going to glue the cats down onto the book page, and then I'm going to tear around them. Of course, I have to put faces on these cats. Maybe a bow tie? His ears are wonky. Oh, I've got ideas. I have ideas. I think I put those two a little close together. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So we have the cats down on the page. Let's do them up before I start tearing. Right? So, is this the back of the cat or the front of the cat? Nobody's talking. Okay, we're going to start by doing some pink inside the ears. This couple of them will be facing forward, couple of them will be facing backwards. Pink inside the ears. Let's draw him first. So we've got the head. Like that. I guess they're all going to be facing forward now that I'm drawing heads on. That's okay. It's perfectly fine. So then I just have to put pink in the other ears. Okay, so I need a little pink nose. Let's just put a drop of red down. This is glue, that's paint. I remember. So I'm going to take this toothpick and I am going to make some pink. Here we got noses, little paintbrush, little paintbrush. This is a wee little paintbrush. It is a 5/0. I don't know what it is. Royal Knight 7250. Laninikit? I don't know. We're going to do little noses. Saw the lovely flower you did with Kel the other day, Beth. That turned out really, really nice. We got little noses. Yeah, I was going to do some of each and then I drew heads. Because I wasn't thinking. So we got front paws. I don't know how cats sit. I'm just drawing them all the same way, guys, because just because. I don't have a cat. I don't necessarily really like cats, believe it or not. I do a lot of cats. All right, let's outline them. Don't put your fingers in the wet paint, Kim. And it's up to you about how detailed you want to get on your stuff. Right? Totally up to you. Yep. And I might come back and instead of doing the straight outline, I might go like this along the edge so it looks fuzzy. Haven't quite decided yet. It is what it is right now. Okay, so starting to come to life. I was waiting for the paint to dry a little bit. Doing the noses first. Mouth. Whiskers. Oh, do I want to do white whiskers? Let's do white whiskers. Do I want to do sleepy eyed cat so I don't have to worry about eyes? Yes, yes, I do. There, I consider the cats complete for now. Sleepy eyed cats. Oh, this paperwork drips so nicely straight down that way. Oh, that kitty has a big nose, almost like a beak. Uh-oh. I'm going to edge that in black marker. My camera's not focusing close up, I see. Sorry. We'll see what. I'll go slower. Throw this other stuff out. Get it off my desk. Yeah. We have a couple of feral cats around here. And my neighbor feeds them, which I think is a wonderful thing, but I sure wish that he wouldn't because I sure need him to deal with the rabbit and squirrel population that we've got. And again, I can come in and put some stripes on these cats. You know, it really depends on how much you want to do. But I have a plan for this now. I really do. I do. I do. So it's not perfectly dark because this marker is going the way of all things, but it's okay. I can deal with it. Okay, now let's glue the cats down. I like the book page, gives it a little bit of something. Of course, a little bit of cheesecloth or something behind it would be perfect too. Not going to do that, but it would work. It would work. Oh, I've got a whole plan for this now. Uh oh. Uh oh. Don't tell me it doesn't fit over there. You fit. I have to trim the paper down because it's just a little bit big for there. The cats fit, but the paper does not. Oh, boy. It's okay. So I have to re-edge this, and I'll have to redo that one. Has a plan, has a plan, has a plan. Just barely fits in there. It's okay. This one. Wow. Didn't consider that, Kim. Nope, I did not. This is what happens when you don't measure. You may have to jury rig it. That's okay, because we know how. We have the technology. It's called paper ripping. Yeah, so it goes over the lines a little bit. It's okay. I'm just a mess here. I am. All right. I'll glue these guys in. Yep. So we've got the cats. Now, on this one, let's put a little fish. And get a little long fish that will fit in that space. Maybe? The colors are right. I like it. So let's do them up. Let's do this fish up. And I don't have to add any color to it because it's got beautiful color as it is. I will come back over it with a white gel pen. I will outline it in black. Focus, you silly thing. Now I need a fish for there. That works. This one will need to be colored. I will come in and color it with some pencil crayons. Ooh. Got a double bottom fin, this one does. I need some color on this, so you know what? Let's use orange because we want it to kind of match the background. It's got some pink. We'll do some orange. Again, just a Crayola pencil. And let's do just a little hint of green here and there. That's blue. Let's use green. That's blue. That's blue. Looks green to me from where I'm sitting. This is definitely green. Rainbow fish. We got a rainbow fish here, guys. There we go. Now I'm going to glue that one down. Here. Need a little fish for there and a fish for there. This one. Way big, way big. There we go. Got some fish. We'll finish them off. Did you work much this past week, Jan? Where was the other one? Didn't I take two? There it is. Never mind. Hey, Belinda, welcome. How you doing, hon? Oh, no. I'm sorry he's in the hospital. I was just doing some quick and dirty ATCs. Bit of orange. No, they're never fun. Oh, I'm sorry it's slow. Oh, heck of a way to spend your vacation. This one. Bit of orange. Guess I could put some yellow on it too. It's got a nice yellow. Add a bit of yellow. So as I say, just doing some really quick, dirty ATCs. Now I'm getting carried away. The other ones went really fast. Now I'm getting a little bit carried away. It's pretty plain. No, no. It's very fortunate that you are there. All right, so now let's take the white gel pen and put some white markings on these fish. The white makes a really big difference. Okay, so we've got this. Now I said I was going to doodle between the lines. I like that idea, but I also have an idea like for a couple of these bigger spots. I need a piece of hole punched paper. I know I've got one. Perfect, perfect. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to use that as the guideline. Does that look like a ball of string? Don't know if they will fit in here. Oh, I could do a smaller one. I think I want this a little bit sharper, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get it just the way I want it, just like that. No room on that one, no room on that one for that. And then we can use, I've got somewhere here, little punched, oh, there's books. I had that other book. I don't know where it went now. I'll have to find it. Little hearts, little confetti hearts. I think we need orange and green. It's very rough. You are, you will be okay. This is glue. And another one. Ah, All right. So this is going to get doodled in. That's going to get doodled in. This is going to get doodled in. These are going to get doodled in. So I am considering these ones done, except for a little bit of doodling. And I will go over those balls of yarn with a marker. So there we've got it, guys. 16 cards in 2 hours and 21 minutes. I don't think that's too bad. These last ones took longer because, I got a little carried away. Just a little. I admit it. Where's my hearts container? I have all these little containers of things. But you knew that. That's books. I've had a book here someplace. There we go. There we go. Books, hearts, polka dots. Stack them up and put them away. Okay, so I'm going to just move a few things from my desk and do a quick rundown of what we managed to get accomplished today. So we've got the cats that need doodling. We have the florals. I know the mushroom isn't a floral, but it's the way it turned out. We have the glasses. Hey, I thought I had 16. Oh, these ones, because I have to put chickens on them and finish doodling them. So these ones were not complete because I'm putting circles on all the backgrounds, putting chickens on them, and a word. So there are those 4. We have the cats. Again, like I say, I still need to doodle on them. So I guess they're not complete. I could send them the way they are, but we all know I'm going to do a little bit more. So those are the cats. Some of these are going to be sunglasses. I'm going to paint in the eyes with black, maybe on a couple of them. And then I'm going to put some sort of word to go with glasses or cool shades or something, But really, we've got 16 cards, 2.5 hours, 95% done. These ones can go just the way they are. Might edge them, might put a word on them. So there you have it. Quick, simple, easy to do, embellish the way you want. Thanks, Belinda. Glad you managed to pop in. I hope he's feeling better. And it's like you said, it's like a cluster. Yeah, it is. It's like a cluster with a more intense focal point. Like these are the ones I did yesterday. So, of course I used my painted backgrounds. These ones I wanted to show you that you could do ATCs on plain white backgrounds. So, and then these ones, simple. They're simple. They don't have to be this intense. They really don't. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Really, really lots. Those of you who watch on replay, thank you for checking it out. Just have fun with it. Do it your way. Use what you have. You don't have to go out and buy a bazillion and one things. Thanks for the feedback about doing Kimbit Digitals. I don't know that I'm going to. I don't know that I'm not going to. We'll see how easy I find Canva. Um, yeah. I don't want to get. I'm not going to be going on and on here about buy my stuff. I'll just. I can't do that. Anyway, thanks, guys. Take care. It is Sunday afternoon. I will see you Tuesday. I'm not going to do a 4-hour thing on Tuesday. I promise. Really. Bye, all. Thanks again. Hey, Jan, give my kid a hug for me. That's it from your mom. Bye.